The problem we'll be using is 2x squared plus 4x plus 8 equals 0, and we'll be using the quadratic formula to solve for this, and we'll be finding the zeros and the x-intercepts. First, write out the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Then write the equation we will use: 2x squared plus 4x plus 8. The 2 is our a, the 4 is our b, and the 8 is our c. Next, knowing what our numbers represent, put them into the quadratic formula. X equals negative 4 plus or minus square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times 8 over 2 times 2. Now we solve by first doing the numbers inside the square root. 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 times 8 is negative 64. 16 minus 64 equals negative 48. Now we're going to rewrite negative 48 as negative 1 times 48 inside the square root. Now rewrite square as square root negative 1 times square root 48. Then go back to the quadratic formula and put it in as negative 4 plus or minus square root negative 1 times square root 48 over 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 4, which gives us negative 4 plus or minus square root negative 1 times square root 48 over 4. Since square root negative 1 is an imaginary number, we can rewrite it as I, making it negative 4 plus or minus I square root 48 over 4. Now we're going to factor 16 out of 48. Rewrite 16 as 4 squared. Pull the terms out from under the radical. Move 4 to the left of I. Now simplify negative 4 over 4, which is negative 1, plus or minus I square root 3. We have our standard form equation. Now we are going to switch it into vertex form, which is y equals a parentheses times x minus h to the power of 2 plus k. Now we're going to find the vertex using the vertex formula. X equals negative b over 2a. X equals negative 4 over 2 times 2. X equals negative 1. Now we're going to plug that back into our standard form equation. Now that we have it in our standard form, we can now solve for y. 2 times 1 plus minus 4 plus 8 equals 6. Our vertex is negative 1, 6. Now we're going to fill out our table with 7 points. We already found our vertex, which is negative 1, 6. So we're going to use the other points of x that are negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and plug them all into our equation 2x squared plus 4x plus 8. After solving for all the points, here are the points you get. Negative 3, 14, negative 2, 18, 0, 8, 1, 14, 2, 24. This is what your graph will end up looking like with all your points plugged in.